everyone, it's Angela again. Welcome back to my channel. So lovely to have you here again with me. It's that time of the week again. Right, I hope you guys have had much warmer weather. We've had a cold snap yet again. I know I keep talking a lot about the weather, but wow, it has been cold. Right, you will not believe what I did. Well, you probably will, because you probably do the same kind of thing. But I took out the Amazon packaging I was talking about, and I ironed it. And this is what I've got. I've got a roll. Look at this great paper that I've managed to put together. So I've ironed it, and if you can see, I've got quite a bit of it there. And I found some great uses for it. And of course, today I'm going to show you a little project with it. So I'm just taking one of my pegs and clipping it together to keep it all in, you know, nice and smooth. So it has worked out really well. It's not the thickest paper, so I am going to actually fold it in half. But let's have a look and see what we can do with this, because really it's really handy to use in our journals. And as you know, I've been using all sorts of paper. Now I'm sure this is probably pretty similar. It is the paper that comes folded up that they use to pack boxes to keep everything from shaking around, and was quite rumpled, but I have just ironed it smooth. It's not completely smooth, but of course that doesn't matter, because we are going to put some other paper on top of this. Right, so I've got a couple of measurements here. What I've done is I've cut off a piece. So it's quite a big size, but what I've done is I'll give you the measurements. So what I did was, I think it was, let me think, 4.5, 7 and 7, that's 11.5, and another 3.5, so that's 12, 13, 14, 15. Is it 15 inches? No. That was the wrong measurement. I took the height, not the width. Okay, so we've got 9.5 and 3.5, so 9, 10, it's 13, I think, 13 inches, which looks about right. Just want to see if that's, yeah, so it's 13 inches this way. And of course that is 30 and another inch, so 32.5 centimeters this way. All right, so the width of it. The length of it, and I'm going to turn that in half, was 14 inches. I've just folded it in half. So you're looking at a piece that's almost a square, and I have cut that off. All right, so it's pretty much 13.5 by 14, I think I said, 13 by 14. All right, it doesn't really matter on the size of things, but I'll just give you a guesstimate so that you have an idea of what I'm working with. I've then folded that in half. So we end up with a 7-inch or 17.5 centimeters in height. And with our, what did I say, 8.5, 9, 10, 11, 13 inches, or of course that's 32.5 centimeters that way. Okay, so what I've done is I have made a fold line at the 4.5 inch mark there. So at 4.5 inches I've scored a line and I have folded that. So I'm going to do that properly because I haven't done it, I haven't scored it. So we measure 4.5 inches there, or 11.5 centimeters, fold it over and just score that with your bone folder or knife or whatever you have. Then we measure a further 5 inches or 12.75 centimeters, and we're going to fold the other side in like that. Okay, so we have something like that. Okay, now we're not going to use it like that. Of course we are not. There's a little surprise at the end. I first started off thinking, okay, I'm going to do that, but I thought, oh no, that's just like that's not what I want to do. So I tweaked it at the end. Now what I would say is I would put this either, you can use this in your journal, and I will show you at the end how I use it, or you can use this as a center spread or as a page within the journal, and I'll show you what I mean as I go along. Okay, so it's a surprise and you'll have to hang in there. What we're going to start off doing is I'm going to start off decorating the center spread right here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just go through everything that I've got prepared here. as I do. So I'm sorry for that. Right. So in the center spread, again, I've been working with well, sort of leftover papers, and the kit that I'm using today, which was left over from my Shabby Purple folio, is the Shabby Purple kit that I got from chapter 1, which I really love. All right, so what I've done is we're going to be using a lot of mauves, purples, greens, and creams and things today. So in the center spread here, I have, which is, as I said, 7 inches by 5. I've cut out one of my scrap pages that I had a piece of, and I'm going to stick that down in the middle like that. Okay, so you've got your fold over here, you've got your fold over there, but I'm going to stick this right down over here. Right, so let's get the sugar bell working. I've tried to make sure that I have everything inked up and ready, so I don't keep you too long. And if I'll try and speed up some of this gluing as well. Okay, so we've got this, and we don't want to stick it the wrong way around. We definitely do not. So just be mindful of the fold lines, like that. Okay, I think that's about a little bit higher. There we go. Right. Okay. Now, what we want to do is, what I decided to put on here is, I took a piece of vellum that I had left over, also scraps, and I've just cut it to size. So this was just a bit longer, and I'm going to just make a little pocket on there. Okay, so we're going to do that, if I can get this to work. There we go. So we're just going to put some glue on the side here. Now, normally what I would end up doing is stitching around this, and you can, you know, I might do it for the centered bit actually. All right, so we've got this side, we've got this stuck down. Now what I'm going to do quickly, and probably the only time, is I just want to stick sew a little border around the center spread there. It's also going to keep down these two pieces together. All right, so I'll do that just in the center section. Now this side here, we're keeping open. This side, it doesn't matter either way. So don't sew around this edge. You're going to need to keep that side open. All right, so I'm just going to stitch around that border there, and I'll be back in a second. All right, so as you can see, this is the underside. I've stitched around that, so if you have a look at it there, you can see I've just stitched around the edge, and that keeps everything down in the middle. This side I'm not worried about at this point, and we still have it open over here. Now what I'm going to do here is I want to just sew this one in half, so that we have a pocket in there and a pocket in there. So we'll need to sew across there, and we'll need to sew across there. Now of course you can glue it as well. So what I would do is, if I was going to glue this, I would take my ruler, I take my ruler, measure the halfway mark from the inside there, and I would actually draw a line first, so that I could see where it is exactly I want to glue. All right, so do that. If you're going to glue it, you can and then you're going to end up with two pockets here, so don't glue across there, just in the middle, just at the bottom there, and of course you can glue right around the sides there as well. Okay, so I'm going to just stitch down the middle there. I'm going to go across there just so that I can finish that off over there. Okay, so I'm going to do that really quickly as well. Okay, so there you can see I've just stitched down the middle. It's at 3.5 inch mark, because this is 7 inches. I just stitched along there to get to this last bottom line here. So now we have a pocket in there and a pocket in there. I will put those little notches in a bit. Okay, the paper's not the thickest, but because we're going to put other pieces on top of that, you're not going to have a problem. So we've got a little pocket there. I'm going to now quickly sort out this side over here. Let's do the front, I think. Sorry, the front. We'll do the front first because the next one's a little bit more complicated. Okay, so what I have over here is, again, I've had another piece of paper from the kit, one of my spare scrap pages that I'd cut up. And I'm going to put that over here like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I just want to trim this down just a little bit. Don't know why I've got that slightly bigger, but I want it slightly shorter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. So let's just get my knife. So it's not much, it's just about like that. And that's easily done with a knife. Okay, do be careful if you've got a paper trimmer like the Fiskars one, like I've got. Make sure it's sort of tore on there. So I think using your scissors or a knife with a sharp blade is better. If you've got a brand new blade in your Fiskars, then it won't be a problem, I'm sure. Well, that's better. Okay, so let's take this away. Right, so that's going to go there. And then what I did was, I've got just a little piece of lace that I'm going to just stick underneath here like that. So I'm going to stick that down quickly with my 3-in-1 glue before I stick the rest of this on top. So I'm just going to stick that down, sort of like that. I do think there's quite a lot of things we can do with this paper. So I'm quite excited with the bit that I've managed to salvage there and iron. So hoping to do some other exciting bits with it. Right, so we've got this bit here. And we are going to stick this down. Not sure if I do want to make those notches there. I'm sure it'll be a lot stronger once I have put all the paper together. So I might not do it actually. So I think it'll all work out in the end, she says with bated breath. Oh my goodness, if you're seeing the video then you know it was all right, you know, otherwise I'll have to be making a new idea up. Yeah, that's what happens. Mind you, I'm quite fortunate, they seem to work out, so that's okay. Right, so isn't that a pretty picture? I love those lilacs, I think they are. Just love that. Okay, we've got a little bit of lace sticking out there, and then I've just gathered a couple of little labels that comes from that same kit, and then I've just pulled out a few bits and pieces that I thought I would just put on the end here as well. So I'll probably speed this up. I just want to get these down on there just to give it a bit of dimension. Okay, so there we have it. We've got a few little bits stuck on the front there, and I quite like how that's turned out. I don't think now I'll be able to make those notches there, and that's all right, not a worry at all. Okay, so we've got the front sorted. I'm going to turn this over. We're going to tackle this side, which is slightly a little bit more complicated, so I'll talk you through what I did there. Okay. Now the first thing that I did was I took an envelope, a window envelope, and I've cut it in half. So I'm just trying to grab the bits that I've done here. So I had a window envelope like that, and I've cut it clean in half. So you've got two pieces. And what I've done is I've now turned them on their sides. So I've got one with a flap that's going to be that side, and I've got one with a flap that's going to be that side. I've just distressed that a little bit there, and I'm going to use that and put that there, and I am going to cover that one and put that there as well. All right, so I'm going to just put this a little further up at the moment. We're going to focus on these. Nothing too tedious really. I found another scrap of paper. It's all along the same veins. I just took my little rectangular die cut, and I have just cut out it's not even the full size, it's just a size I was happy with, and I'm going to stick that straight down there as well. So that's it really, nothing fancy. You don't have to have a fancy die. This is something I got off eBay. I did go and look and see if I could put it on my favorites list for Amazon, but it's not available on Amazon. It's something I bought, a really cheap die off eBay from somebody secondhand, and I do get a lot of stuff secondhand, and I couldn't find anything to put on that favorite lists of mine. And I have got the one now for the US and one for the UK, which was great. So you're quite welcome to see whatever it is that I use on a regular basis in my crafting. So, you know, everything is there. Okay, so there we've got that there. I'm not going to do too much. I might put something else on there. We'll see how we go. What I want to do now is I want to just close up this back area. So I've got just another piece of this here. I thought this was quite nice because it's got a little bit of decoration on the side here in the form of the flowers, but you can still write on this. And it's nice because it's behind the envelope. So I'm going to stick that down like that over there. Right, now on this side, just need to be quite mindful of the fact that you've got a little gap there. So when you put your journaling card in, you don't want to glue right over that area there because it'll stick down there. You can do, but then you need to remember to make a smaller journaling card. So that's my advice to you there. All right, so let's put this down over here like that, and that will make a really nice little journaling spot over there. And you've still got some pretty flowers on the back of that one. So there we go, that's the first one done. Right, now this one we want the flap open the opposite side to this one over there like that. Okay, so what I did there was got two pieces. This is from the same page. In fact, I think it was a bit further on. I've cut off a piece there. I'm going to stick that on the front. Just want to make sure I've got the opening up at the top. Okay, so we'll stick this one down. Abby's curled up in a little ball here. She's cold, bless her. But she's got a little coat on, her knitted jumper. And when we go out and take her for a walk, then she does have a little hooded jumper with like fur lined and with a little hood on. She doesn't like the hood, but you know, it looks cute. We don't put the hood on because she does a funny walk if we do that. She's not happy at all. So it was funny, but shame. She didn't like us laughing at her, but you couldn't help yourself. Right, so we've got this pretty colour combo over there. Really like that. Nice contrast with the lighter one. Okay, then I'm going to just turn that over. And then again, another piece of a scrap that I've managed to find. And again, I for some reason didn't do this. Naughty. I like to have this stuff prepped. Oh my goodness. I know, it's just not too much. Right. I have had got through the first week of my back to online teaching, and it's the first time I've had to do a whole week of it, but it's actually worked out all right. Very tiring, but you know, everybody did what they were meant to, and it was nice and interactive, so I managed to get through that. So, but yeah, I did laugh because I did have quite a few of my students accepting the lesson request at 3-4 in the morning. As teenagers, you know, they're nocturnal. There we go. So we've got that one done as well. Again, a nice little journaling spot. And look, there's a wee butterfly there as well. Okay, so that one's going to go that way. This one's going to go this way. And what we want to do is grab our page back again. Just put those to the side. What I've done now is I've had a little bit of a backing page to go underneath here. And I am sorry, I will speed this bit up. I see that I haven't done this either. And because I'm not stitching it, I just like to do a little bit of a edge to, a distressed edge to it. It sort of gives it a finish, like sewing does as well, you know. So I quite like that. Okay, so that's going to go over here, and we won't see the stitching there, which is great. That's why I did it before. So that is going to go there, but before I do that, what I want to do is I want to put these on underneath. So the way I do that is I take, this one's got a little sticky strip, and that's all right, but we're going to stick this down. Don't go too close to the edge, the crease I should say, because you want this to lie flat. So I'm going to take it like that, and I'm going to lie it flat so I know it's, I can see if it's straight, and I also know that it's going to lie flat. And then I'm going to press that down like that, so there we go. And then I'm going to do this one the same, just making sure I've got the opening at the top there. That one I know I've got the opening at the top there. And then it doesn't matter which is flapping where, because you can do it either way. But I'm going to have it like that. Let's just try it like this. Okay. Gosh, it's been a busy day again today. I haven't even eaten anything very much at all. I think I'm going to go and have a nice, something delicious when I'm finished with this today. But Friday always catches me and ends up being pretty late. Right, I think I'm going to put that one underneath, that one over there. All right, they're lying nice and flat, which is great. Now we are ready to stick this over on this area here. And again, just be very mindful that you don't want this to go into the crease, that your page doesn't lie nice and flat. So that's the story there. And I think with these envelopes, it's going to prohibit me from making the little thumb thingy. So I'm going to forget about my thumb notch bit today. Not today. So I'm just putting a liberal amount of glue all over this, especially on the edges. You know, don't want any corners sticking up. So I'm happy with that. Right. Right, so let's get that right down there and there. So it looks all right on this side. Let me just make sure on this side. Yeah, I think that's pretty all right. I'm going to open these up and just press that nicely flat like that. Okay, looking good. Okay, now before I close these up over here, what I had was a little pocket that I folded the little sides over, and I am going to actually put that over there. Got a little something to go in here as well, so that will be pretty. Okay, just like that, sweet and simple. So we'll just get that like this. I like that little butterfly there. Okay, so that's in place. I'm quite happy with that. Now you can decorate these up as much as possible. You know, you could put I could go overboard here, but I'm not going to today. I'm behaving myself. Oh, I think I wanted this little stamp on here, so I'm going to stick that on while I'm looking at it. So I'm trying to behave myself, ladies, you know, not overdo things, because I tend to want to do that, but I don't want to bulk this up too much. So this is such a pretty stamp that was in that kit as well, so we just stick that on there. Okay, so it's coming together nicely. Love those writing spots. I'm going to put the darker one below, and it's lovely contrast with that there. Now what we're going to put in here, let's just put in, let me think now. Yeah, we can. I love pulling off the glue. Right, let's put in some of these thingies. So I've got a couple of goodies to go in here. Let me just think now. This one I thought was really pretty to show through the window over there. So I am going to do that and stick that just in there like that. And look at that, that's just perfectly positioned. Okay, so that's the one. And then this one I thought would look really pretty in the top one. Okay, so we can just lift that up there and stick that in there. Okay, right. So we've got that there, we've got that there. I think this card's a bit long, but that's all right, I can deal with that afterwards. So we've got everything in place there. I've got a little card that I wanted to put on the inside here. So we will put that little card that I've made, tag I've made with fussy cuts and various scraps and happiness. So I quite like that. So I'm going to put that in that little pocket there. We're going to put that down there. We're going to put that down like that. Then over this side, on this side over here, I've got two more cards that I've cut out from scraps to go into the pockets that we've hidden away here. Okay, so we've got our two cards, and we're going to put, this is a beautiful one with scraps, and I'm going to put this beautiful one in there. And then I've got another little one, like a bench in a meadow, which is gorgeous, and I'm going to stick that one in there. Okay, so we've got our two tags. We've got our tags in here. We've got our little tag in there as well, our nice writing spots. And then on this side here, what I did was I had two of the postcard type pieces that I thought I'd use, really pretty. So I thought I would put those, just thinking which way I want them. I thought I'd put those in here in this vellum pocket. So that will just fit in there nicely. Okay, so we've got that. Make that one a little bit taller. And then I've got just another tag that I made with scraps and a fussy cut flower that I've just taken from a book, and I've put Grow Each Day on there. And I'm just going to put that in there like that. So we've got some texture and things going on there. All right, so we've pretty much done with that side of things. I'm just looking at this side here, thinking, do I want to put on something over there? Not sure really. I didn't think to do it before. We've got this one, which is pretty. That's pretty. I've got a bit of a gold one. That might work. Yeah. Something like that. Shall I stick that on? All right, let me stick that on quickly. I think I'm happy enough with those. Just sort of adds to it, and I do like my fussy cuts. These wildflower ones are gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is, just so that I remember where I have it, I'm going to cut that off right there. And then I know where it's got to go. So I'll speed this up so that you don't have to endure this. Okay, so I've stuck those down. I've just found a little butterfly in my butterfly box there, so I'm going to stick this one down and just finish it off. I've got to have a butterfly on here somewhere, don't I? So I think I'm going to put it in the flowers just like that, and I think that's pretty. Okay, so we finished with all of that. Now we've got all of that done, and that's going to end up folding down on that side there. But what I wanted to do on this side is I wanted to put this into a page as well. If I take a normal tea stained paper page, and I have folded that in half as it would be the center spread of our journal, the way I want to do this is to put that on there like that. Okay, So what I would do here is I would stick this middle bit down. So I'm going to do that quickly. Well, am I? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So let's do that quickly. I'm going to just turn this up like that quickly. And I'm going to put glue on, wrong glue on the back here. Now, if you wanted to, you could stick this down on 3 sides and put another journal card in there, but I'm not going to do that because I've made it bulky enough as it is, I think. So I am going to glue this completely down so that we don't have an option for that in this case. But you know, you could do that. It all depends on what you're going to put inside. So that would be a good option as well, of course. If it was something really flat, like a hidden note compartment or something, then, you know, it might work perfectly well. But I think with me and my bows and all the things I've put in here, it does become pretty bulky. So I don't want it to be more than it is already, kind of thing. Alright, so let's get all this glue on. So this glue is going to now, we're going to grip that there. We want to just place this right against the edge in this case, because I'm going to do something with the other side. So I just want to make sure that's straight, and it is. So we can press that all down nicely. Take those things out at the just a minute. All right. Put our cards back in and our tag, and I think this bow makes it a little bit bulky as well. All right, so perhaps if we didn't have that in there, which I'm not going to take it out, I just want to see. You see, it lies a lot flatter without that. But of course, you can make a different kind of tie at the top there that's flatter. All right, so we've got that there. Now, what I'm going to do on this side is I do want to stick this down. So I am going to put some glue here and just run the glue along there as well. Just want to stick the 2 pieces together. And now what I want to do is I want to make like a little tuck spot. So I'm going to put some glue there, and I'm going to put some glue there. That's it. All right, and then I'm going to stick this down. Oh no, I'm not going to stick this down yet, Angela. What you doing? Sorry. I first had this piece here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down. I just suddenly caught it in the corner of my eye. Almost forgot to stick it down. It's just as well I spotted it. So quickly do that. Okay. So thank goodness Fabri-Tac's forgiving. Right. Move that down a bit like that. All right. So we've got that little bit, which is great. And now what I'm going to do is I'll have to go over this like this, and that bit there, and I'm going to stick this on top. Not to worry, we're going to carry on with decorating. It's just that I've got my little tuck spot here now. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is get off. I've got another piece. This is from a different kit. I think it's a embroidery kit. I'll put the link down for you. This I'm just going to open this up while I'm busy here. This I'm going to stick down just on the edge here like that. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. I thought it's a nice contrast. Let's have it that way, yeah, with the stitching. Okay, so we'll stick that completely over. Like that. Oops. Right, we'll turn it this way and we'll just tuck it like that and like that, not just staying away from the actual crease line. I couldn't think of the word crease for a moment. Okay, so we've got our little pocket there, and then just thought I'd grab a couple of these little flowers. I'm going to just arrange them. I thought they look really pretty against this very light background, like something like that. I'm going to tilt that one, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So let's stick this one down first. Okay, so I've got that all down here like that. So then I've just got one of these little labels that come from Tracy Fox, I think, that I had in my little cutout box there as well. And I thought, okay, that can go right here, right somewhere. It's over here. Okay, so we've got that there. And then what I did was, I've got one of my little paper clips that you would have seen me make on Bits and Bob's video. I'll put that in the link. This is actually a double-sided one, but I'm going to just slide it on here because I thought I'd just finish this off like that. Pretty. Okay, make it slightly lower like that. Right, so what I've got here is a postcard of mine that is one of my digitals that I'm busy putting together. So if you like that, then let me know. That's going to go in here. I've just sewn on some recycled packaging and put on a little bit of a cluster over there. I want to put this in over here like that. And then I've got another postcard that I've put onto recycled packaging and stitched around it from this kit. I'm going to put this one just over here like that. And then what I've got is one of my pieces of doily that come from my digital doily and lace kit. I've got a piece of lace and I liked it because it's scalloped. I've put that onto tea stain paper. You can see I've just edged it there, and I've put on a really antique piece of lace and just a little mother of pearl antique button on there. So that's what that is, and I'm going to fit this in here somehow. So I just wanted to have a bit of a contrast, so I think what I must do is take this one out first, put that one in there. We're going to have this one at the bottom like that. And then we can just slide this one in the bottom and have a little bit of purple sort of coming through there. Yeah, and there we go. So now we've got this, we can close this up nicely. We've got this on the other side of the page, and that would be a really nice center spread. Okay, so if you want to do now fold this up, you could just push your tabs in a little bit, I think, and then this will all fold up like that. Or if you wanted to put not make this your center spread, you could put in another page like that, so that you've got this on that side and you've got that on that side, and you've got something else that you can put over there. All right, so that's what I would suggest there, like that. And then obviously it this would be stitched into your signatures, of course. So I'm not doing a very good job of it. It's hard when it's not stitched in, but you know what I'm saying. It closes up like that. So either way, have it as a center spread. I'd probably make it a center spread, or of course put a page in between, and that would be just as lovely, you know. So it just depends what it is that you want to do with it. All right, everybody, so I do hope that you've enjoyed that. This was really fun to do, and as I said, using up pages that I've had printed from other projects, fun to make. You can do quite a lot with this, so go and give it a try, and let me know what you think. All right, so, and I want to say thank you, everybody, while I'm here. You've been such supportive, kind and wonderful, giving me such encouragement. I can't thank you guys enough. So take this is from me to you. Thank you very much for all that you do and all the videos that you watch and support of mine. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I am very grateful indeed. All right, so thank you, and until we see each other next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and make some time for crafting. It's great therapy. All right, everybody, bye-bye now.